So right now, everybody close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you're walking down the beach, and it is this warm, wonderful day. You can feel the warm sand between your toes. You can hear the water lapping up against the shore. You can feel sort of this spray in your face and smell that wonderful ocean salt spray. And you can hear your family and your friends, you hear the kids giggling, and all of a sudden you realize you cannot get up, you cannot move, you cannot walk, you cannot talk. It is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you in your entire life. All you can do is look and see somebody. And so that is what happened to my husband, and he had what is referred to as locked-in syndrome, and it was from a stroke.
My name is Michelle, and I am a stroke survivor. I actually had my first stroke when I was 11 years old, and the stroke was actually due to a congenital deformity that I was born with. My right leg went dead, and then 2 months after that, my right hand. So I had to learn how to do everything with my left hand. How to write, I was formerly right-handed, how to wash my hair, tie my shoes with one hand, all of the activities of daily living.
Yes, he was at the dinner table in his wheelchair with a feeding tube, but our friends were all sitting there at the table, and they were all such good sports, our friends and our family, and making it as it always was, which was my job to explain to them this is how we need to do it. Because see, and think about this, it makes a huge difference. My husband was looking at the world the way he always did. Nothing was different. It was only my husband that looked different to others. And that's something that really, as healthcare professionals, I think is something that really needs to be emphasized to people, because it's scary to see someone that's disabled. But for them, for people to realize they're all the same people.
I finished my thesis that night, took it to Kinko's, got it published, and the room started spinning. I was in a coma for 8 days. The doctors had no choice. By the time I arrived at the hospital, for you guys who are in the medical field, I was in the deepest level of coma before you die. On the Glasgow coma scale, I was a level 3. And so the doctor said if we don't operate, she's not going to make it through the night, and if we do, she has a 50-50 chance. So my husband signed the consents, off I went into surgery. Anytime a patient goes through any kind of catastrophic event, whether it be a stroke or brain injury or any kind of illness really, the loss for the patient is now. And for me, when I had my second stroke especially, I lost everything that I knew about me. I used to be smart. I used to be able to walk. I used to be able to talk. I used to be able to engage in conversation. But now I couldn't do anything, and I was completely dependent upon others.
Well, I actually didn't know there was an actual word for the kind of grief that I experienced until I met Michelle, and she explained the word anticipatory grief. I knew, for 6.5 years, every morning when I woke up, I didn't know if my husband would still be with me until the end of the day. Every night when I went to bed, I didn't know if he was going to be alive when we woke up. And you'll see in the picture, I slept with him. I tried to make life as normal as possible, and guess what? It was good for me just to feel him. It was fantastic. And anyway, so I had to figure out how I, as a caregiver, was going to be strong and get through all of that. And so I one day said to him, Dawn, tell me if you and I have something in common. This is how I get through my day, and I'd like to know how you get through yours. When I wake up in the morning, I say to myself, I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to look forward. I'm just going to live today. I'm going to do everything I can. I know there's a huge picture out there, but I'm going to do it. And he mouthed to me, absolutely. So it's just what he did. And so that's what really helped me.
But I remember laying in my hospital bed and looking out my window of my living room and seeing a street filled with life and dog walkers and thinking, wow, this is what my hospice patients feel like. Bedbound, weak, wounded, vulnerable, anxious. But then to have someone come and hold my hand or just be with me in the moment without having to fill the room with meaningless chatter that my damaged brain could not understand anyways. And I thought, my goodness, this is why God saved me. This is what I have to do. And I vowed at that moment to return to work, and 7 months later, I did just that.